think I'm going to need therapy after this video. Definitely going to need therapy. Settle in, boys and girls. This Reddit confessions literally has me questioning my sanity. So let us dissect it together. Breathe. Let's breathe. Take a deep breath. In, out. In, out. Okay. Am I okay? Am I good? Yeah, let's get into it. I slept with my daughter's ex boyfriend. He got me pregnant and I had an abortion. They got back together and got married. I'm sorry, what? What? This was back in, let me think, maybe 1997. I was 38 and my daughter was 18. And she was dating Harry, who was 24. Let's do some maths. So she was 38, Harry was 24. So that is 14 years. She was 14 years older than Harry. I was an alcoholic and dabbled in other drugs, mostly cocaine. I was not a good person, let alone mother. Not like I was abusive to my daughter or anything, but I was generally inattentive and cared more about my alcohol and drugs than her, especially in her teen years. I am 14 years sober now. I disapproved of my daughter dating Harry, but I never told her why. He would flirt with me constantly, and the age difference also creeped me out. You still slept with him though. Also, he was an alcoholic and a drug user, just like me. She broke up with him over his alcoholism. Soon after, she moved away, not too far, but regardless, she didn't live with me anymore. Harry kept calling me and asking if we wanted to get drinks. I turned him down. But then, one day, he said he had a bunch of coke and I couldn't resist. He came over, we did the coke, and we ended up having sex. He was a very good looking guy. He looked a lot like that ridiculous 80s Justin Bieber picture that was on the front page today. That is what actually made me think about him. For the next few months, maybe like 3 to 4 months, he would sometimes come over and we would have sex and do drugs and get drunk together. Any drug addict knows what that is like to have a good drug addict body in that way. Then I got pregnant. I knew it was by him. I had sex without a condom a few times, stupidly. I never told him I was pregnant and I went and got the abortion and kept it a secret. Anyways, I stopped seeing him after that. It was too weird. I also got sober for like 4 months before relapsing. Fast forward 2 years, and my daughter contacts me and tells me that she got back with Harry and he is fully sober. I was mortified, honestly. It was gonna tell her that we slept together and she's going to hate me for life. They came over one day and said hi. And when my daughter was gone, Harry told me that there is no reason to tell her about what happened. I agreed. It's been 16 years of marriage on their part. They have a kid together. Harry got cancer, then beat it. I got sober. That's basically it. I didn't see them very often. They live in Texas and I live in the East Coast. But whenever I do, there's always that tension between me and Harry. It's literally the first thing that comes to either of our minds. I can just tell. Not like sexual tension, like why do we have to do that? What the freak is wrong with us kind of tension. I think about this often, especially when I see my grandson. I always think that could have been my son if things had gone differently. But wow, what a disaster that would have been if I decided to keep that child.
Initial scoring.
I've been here for over 5 minutes at this point, just quiet, and not knowing what to say, what to do, or how to even feel. I'm certain that this is probably like a throwaway account, but Firstly, what the freak? Secondly, what the freak? And thirdly, this is why I'm on this subreddit. Honestly, this was exactly how I felt. I was like, wait, what? I'm putting my extremely profoundly disabled 7-year-old into a residential facility so I can forget he exists. I'm not sorry. I can't tell anyone this, even my therapist. Lambast me if you want, and maybe I even deserve it. I only ask what you would do if you were in my situation, not what you think people should do, what you would really do. I'm a single mom of two boys, 12 and 7. My husband passed away 3 years ago in a work accident. A very large portion of me believe it was a suicide. Oh my God. I can't see him ever making the mistake he made that caused his death. And he had taken an action just before that, which ensured his co-workers weren't in the room. I fully believe he killed himself because of our younger son, and no one will ever change my mind. We were told when I was pregnant that I would have Down syndrome. We could handle that, even if it were severe. It turned out he had a chromosome deletion. His disorder is kind of rare, so I won't post which specific one. But suffice to say, it will never be anything more than he is now or has ever been. Honestly, yeah, when I see like parents that have like kids with Down syndrome and they like dedicate their lives or their life to the kid, I feel really proud of those parents, honestly. And I'm so grateful also for the parents because I can't even imagine the type of like the mental shut up the mental stress that comes with like taking care of a sick child. Like the fact that this parent will see kids their age and then they will just like have to like think about their own kids like, oh my goodness, this could have actually been my child if my child were like medically okay. And like I'm just like I don't know. I'm not a parent, so I wouldn't know exactly how they feel, but like I can just like picture the trauma that like comes with it and like having to like accept them and like love them unconditionally. It's not easy, honestly. And like my heart goes out to you if you are like a Down syndrome parent, like your child has like maybe any medical condition. In fact, you are a super parent, honestly, and you need to like appreciate yourself for all the great things that you are doing for your kid. So my heart goes up to you if you have like a child that has Down syndrome or any medical condition. And I really, really hope that God continues to give you that strength to continue to love that child unconditionally. And what he is nothing. He doesn't appear to have any awareness and never has. His eyes are locked in one position. He doesn't respond to noise, touch, or pain. Oh my goodness. He is total care. He is capable of nothing. He is tube fed and on oxygen. Is in diapers and will be forever. He makes no sounds, no attempts to communicate. He never really cried as a baby. He has never made an attempt to interact with anyone or his environment. I'm not upset because I got a special needs or imperfect child. I feel the way I feel because thing, this is a woman that is tired. This thing takes up 200% of my time and does nothing. I didn't get an imperfect child. I didn't get a child. I don't love. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to need to get tissue. I don't love him. He doesn't have any personality. There is nothing to love. And yet I am responsible for him. In addition to his extreme delay, he is also medically fragile. Respiratory crisis, fecal impactions, his autonomic nervous system doesn't function properly. Issues with his G tube, infections, pressure sores, no matter what we put him on or how we position him. Our older son has suffered because his non existent brother has colored everything in his life. Oh my goodness, yes. Aside the mental fatigue on the parents, this also like affects the siblings. Like imagine you being so excited while mommy was like pregnant, like, oh, I'm going to have a younger brother. Oh, I'm going to have like a younger brother or a sister, only to find out that your younger brother or sister that you thought that you were going to have is sick, and like all the fantasies that you have had in your mind would not even like be possible. Then aside that, the children are going to feel so neglected because now they feel like the brother that is or sister that is basically, ah, my goodness, my heart goes out to this woman, honestly. Ooh, I'm not even the mother, and like I literally, from what I'm reading, I feel like I can like just snip, like take a peek into like her emotions and how she was feeling while she was writing this. The brother is going to feel so neglected because he feels now that his brother that is basically not there, non-existent in a way, is taking up all the time of his and love of his parents. It had medical care get delayed because there's only one of me and his brother is more critical. We do have a visiting home nurse, but only 20 hours per week and weren't eligible for more. I was starting law school. I gave up my dream and my plans for my children for this potato. Oh my god. My older son can't do a lot of things he wants to do because of the younger's needs of care and appointments. The final straw was I heard a sound. I went into younger son's room to check, thinking he had forgotten how to breathe again, and saw our older son hitting him and screaming, "You're why I don't have a mother. You're why I don't have a father. You're why I can't have friends over. You're why I can't be in sports. I didn't ask for you and I hope you die." Instead of being horrified, I watched, and younger son just did not react. No signs of pain or fear or upset, no reaction at all. He breathes, but he is not alive. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know who older son is. He has no sense of self, life experience, or awareness of his surrounding. He doesn't need to be in my home. He doesn't know or care where he is. He's genetically my son, but he's not family. My previously abused, brain damaged cat, who can't walk straight, has more personality and is far more lovable than my child. In fact, I was looking forward to raising a Downs baby, even one with severe impairment for that reason. With disability can come gifts. This boy is not a gift. He is a genetic mistake I probably should have miscarried and would have definitely terminated if I had known it would be like this. And the flip side is, if he has awareness, is miserable and there's nothing I can do. If he has likes and dislikes, no one knows what they are. If he's in pain, he can't tell anyone. If he wants anything, he can't communicate. He's had every imaginable therapy. Nothing has made a difference. And so, he's leaving our home on the 29th. I feel excited and relieved, and then guilty because I know we are happier with him gone. He's already taken my husband and my son's father. It was working so much OT to pay, that's overtime by the way, to pay for the cucumbers care, for the experimental therapies insurance wouldn't cover. Because this one was going to be the breakthrough. He was tired and defeated and disappointed. He sought counseling as well, but I don't think he could ever say the words, "I don't want my son in my home" either. It's ruined my older son. I was so wrapped up on the younger, I never realized how ignored and damaged he was. He lost his father too. I didn't just lose my husband. He's my priority now. And this malignant lump can be someone else's problem. At least they will be paid a wage to care for him. At least they will get a break from him when they punch out. I just want to never think of him again. And I'm sorry For that, I'm sorry. This was even crazier than the first. I'm just really excited actually that she was able to like bring herself to like put the child in a place where he would actually be taken care of instead of her like hating on him for like the rest of his life. But I feel like if there's anybody that needs to hear this, it is actually a therapist. So she should have actually said this to a therapist. This is too much for you to bear. And like that child, the first child, that child is scarred. That child is traumatized. For a child that young to hit is basically unconscious brother and feel that it is because of that child that all the misfortunes happening in his family is happening. That child needs a lot of counseling and therapies. The whole family at large needs therapy. They need to heal from whatever it is that they have experienced from this thing. And my heart goes out to both the mother and the son, honestly. I am not going to be reading comments just to respect this person. I don't even want to see what people in the comments have to say about this. We're just going to move to the next one. With these two really crazy stories that we have just heard, I think we need something a bit mild to like oh, make us breathe again. Are we ready for that one? Because I think I need something to like get my mind off these two crazy stories. These are really, really deep and crazy confessions. So I know I said we want to go mild for this next one, but I'm not certain because this title is scaring me. I used to get my little brother to sleep in bed with me. How do I even how did I even get here in the first place? How Oof. I'm a dude, and when I was between the ages of 17 to 22, I used to get my little brother who was between the ages of 5 to 10 to sleep with me, to sleep next to me. I don't see a difference with that actually. But it wouldn't be actual sleep, just light naps. It would come to me wanting something, example, the TV remote control. I would tell him he has to sleep beside me for a little if he wants it. He had been reluctant and annoyed but would eventually agree. So I would lie in bed and he would be next to me. I'd be on my side and he'd usually be on his back. Sometimes I'd try and be the big spoon and cuddle him. He'd lie there frustratingly, waiting for the nap to be over and constantly ask if it's enough. Sometimes, when he tried to get up, I'd pull him closer. I would then let him go and give him whatever he came to get. I don't know why I ever did this. It was nothing sexual. I've never gotten aroused by it or anything. I'm so sorry. I know what your mind you we were thinking the same thing. So don't judge me here. Don't. Both of us. We were thinking the same thing. Okay? Dirty, dirty, dirty mind fellas. Look at you. Are you proud of yourself? I just liked having him there close to me, especially since it's so adorable. That's so cute. That is so stinking cute. My goodness. I'm sure you thought I was weird as Earl. Looking back, that was fucking weird. And I'm horrified that I ever did that. I feel like a yeah. Even though I never touched him inappropriately or even thought of him in a sexual manner ever, I have also never been sexually attracted to kids or looked at a child porn. Anyway, this was very infrequent, just happened here and there, probably like six times in total. I stopped eventually for some reason. I feel really bad for him that I ever did that. Am I a freak? Our relationship now is great. It comes to me whenever he has issues, wants somebody to talk to, is my favorite family member, and is going by his word. Well, that was milder than I thought. So thank goodness. I feel like he just lost his brother though. I feel like it's just love, like the love that you have for your brother. And honestly, I do not understand why it is okay for like girls to be like really, really cute and cuddly with each other. But like when guys do it, it's still like, what are you doing? I'm just, that's gay. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's just so really, really weird to me. I can't even believe that that was what I thought. I feel like it's the way he worded it. He knew what he was doing when he was writing this thing. He knew what he was doing. This is a lot milder than what we've been having. So I'm happy for that. I'm not scared completely by this video, and I hope that you're not scared either. But let's have just one more. Can we like just slot in just one more? Let's see if we can put in one more. Just one more, please, 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 please. I lied about being colorblind to everybody I know. What was the reason? You could lie about anything. Like, why being colorblind? That's so weird. I, 21, lied about being colorblind. It began in What? It began in elementary, where I told all my friends and began hinting towards my parents. I began doing extensive research on certain types of color blindness and their commonness. I chose the most common type. Oh my god, what? A red-green colorblind type. I learned exactly how they saw and began to even be able to picture what each shade would look like in a colorblind visual. As I grew old enough to realize these lies weren't exactly okay, I had already had everyone around my finger. I was so deep into this, like, oh my goodness. Girl, I'm so sorry. This is so funny. Like, first of all, why? Like, that's the first question that I have. Why? Like, what happened? How did you get so deep into it? How did you continue this lie? Like, I understand lying to like maybe feel like gain sympathy and like attention from people, but like building up on that lie is just really crazy to me. I would have forgotten. I would literally forget that same minute that I lied about something. Soon after, I was gifted colorblind glasses by family. Oh my goodness, you actually have lovely family members. As the years went by, I found an amazing boyfriend who I've been with for 3 years now, and we are planning to marry soon. He and his family members believes I am colorblind. Everyone in my family believes I am colorblind. I cannot tell a single soul. Nobody knows. Nah, girl, you did yourself. Mm-mm. I don't even know what to say to this. This is everything has been so crazy, but this is like the funniest type of crazy. Like, oh my goodness, you have to tell your partner. It is just too important that you tell him. It cannot find out from somebody else that you've been lying all this while. It's going to be so pissed. You know, there's a way you can like give your family members and his family members and him as well like soft landing, so like it doesn't seem like you're a crazy person, because honestly that's the only question. Okay, that is one of the questions that I have. Are you okay mentally? Because how did you come up with this and like build this lie up to the point where you got here? My god. Nah, your dedication. I have to acknowledge that it's good. I think if it stops coming up, people will let it go. My father-in-law is colorblind, and until this point, I totally forgot. Grow out of the lie, and others will too. If someone asks, "Oh, you're colorblind," just say sarcastic stuff like, "That's what I'm told," or "So I heard." And then Opie responds and says, "Smart." Though my best friend likes to joke about it all of the time, so it's kind of hard to avoid currently. My boyfriend also helps me pick out my outfits every day, and oh my goodness, and make sure they are color coordinated. Now that's a real man. Ooh, this man is going to be so pissed if he finds out from somebody else that you've been lying to him all this while. He's going to be so upset, my goodness. That's why it's important that you find a way to like do like a soft landing and tell him. Even if you don't tell your family members, you need to tell him. You see, family members, they will get over it. I'm just really, really excited that we're able to end this session on a good note, honestly, because I would have been scarred for life. Now, let me just rank all these confessions. I think the second confession that we had, the one where she gave away a child to like a facility, that would be like the craziest. And then coming in number 2 would be the mother that slept with a child's ex-boyfriend and then they later got married. Coming in number 3, now let me think about number 3. Coming in number 3 would be the last one that we had, the girl that lied to basically everybody about being colorblind. Honestly, I still can't wrap my head around that. And like coming in number 4 would be the boy that likes to like hold his brother and like cuddle his brother. So yeah, that is it for this video. If you have a confession for me, I would love you to like express that through subscription. Consider subscribing.